Hello, welcome back to Tekkit with me, misterhaan. I'm actually voicing over this watching the video again because, like a genius, I recorded it without my microphone on. So there's a review. We built those machines last time, at least the macerator and the extractor. So what I'm doing here is I'm going to build a canning machine and an electric furnace. So starting with the canning machine. It's going to require a tin, sort of a can shape, a circuit, and a machine block. So I've got some rubber left over from last time when I showed off the extractor, I believe. I have one copper bar. 2 more will make me the wire. I also need that tin. I'm also getting some extra tin. I only need 7, but 7 bars for the actual machine, but it's 5 to make 4 cans. So there's enough tin. 1 copper ore is going to make 2 dusts, which will smelt to 2 bars, and then I need 1 iron for the circuit, and I'm totally forgotten that I need a machine block at this point. Grabbing some coal to run the furnace and the generator. Start up with the tin ore. And now generator's draining power, but it's doing pretty good. It might get through all that ore. So now I kind of need something else to do. I can't quite craft the wires because I need the copper. So why don't we go get some more sticky resin? We only got 1 left. And there's a skeleton under my tree. It's daytime, skeleton. The trees are not for your shelter, especially if you shoot me in the face. Did he? Oh no, I thought he dropped a bow, but I didn't pick it up. Yeah, since he only died with 1 hit, he only took 1 hit from a stone sword, that probably means he got burned in the fire. Well, you know, from not being under the tree right away, and then was like, gotta get in the shade under this tree. For some reason one of those spawned back and the other one didn't yet, but that's cool. It'll be back eventually. So I got 3 resin. That's pretty decent. Then head back and see how the tin's doing. That stick of a rubber tree is bothering me a little bit. I'm gonna cut it down eventually, but I'll build an axe first. Before I do that, I'm going to be able to repair things. That's my plan, at least. That gravel, I noticed, hasn't turned back into coal. It didn't get through all the tin. Should have remembered that. I just recorded this. Surprise iron ingot in the furnace that I forgot about. And now I'm thinking, oh, I don't even need this iron ore, but I do. I actually need more of it. So I got my refined iron. If I had macerated the coal and smelted it, then I could make the wire and then the circuit. So at this point, I still haven't realized that I need 8 more refined iron to make a machine block. But there's my copper dust, which I'm considering. There we go. Put that in, and then I can make my wires and then the circuit. There's enough tin dust that I'm going to need another piece of coal. I'm very carefully calculating what I can do to not waste coal. Oh, I just realized I need to make a machine block. So there's that iron. And load up that furnace again. So I can make that wire now. Here we go. There's a lot of making copper wire, so I've memorized that. There's also a lot of making circuits. So I've also memorized that. So there's first piece. of the canning machine ready. Need that machine block. Need some tin. So there's 7 tin. That's enough for the canning machine. So we'll put in... Oh, there's another 10. Switch over to the iron. Because then I can make the machine block. And I'm running out of power. Which, I don't know why I looked at the generator to see that I was running out of power. There, more power. There's some iron. I put another piece of coal in. Grab that dust before wasting heat. And the iron's done macerating. And get through that. Put away the resin. Can't really craft anything yet. 2 more iron bars, and I'll have that machine block. You might see that the iron is sparkling ever so slightly. That's actually an add-on to the texture pack to make iron and gold and diamonds and a couple things sparkle. The ores actually do that too. In addition to the bars, it makes it a little easier to tell what's a diamond if you're down in there. So here's a tin can recipe. You get 4 cans for 5 pieces of tin, which is why I made 5. Well, I'm going to make 5 extra tin bars, ingots. So I should be able to get through refining the rest of that. Oh look, rotten flesh. Doesn't that look tasty? No? Well, the great thing about it is if you put it in cans, you can eat it, and it's the same type of food as any other food. Once you can things, watermelon, rotten flesh, bread, raw pork, cooked steak, it's all the same canned food. Even spider eyes. As crazy as that seems. I always tend to look at the paint can recipe instead of the tin can recipe when I'm trying to find the recipe. Because it looks sorta similar, but you can't put food in paint cans. And put the tin in. Here's that machine block, which now I can make the canning machine. There we go. Put that on the wire above the extractor because it looks similar. Food goes in the top. And once the rest of my tin is formed into ingots, then we can make cans, 4 cans, and get some cans of food. There it is, 4 tin cans. Cans go in the bottom. When you're powered, it's going to take however many cans that food is worth and fill them up. So rotten flesh would fill up 2 drumsticks, which I can't point to unless I open my inventory. There we go. Fill up 2 drumsticks, but putting it in a can, you eat 1 can, it fills up 1 drumstick. So you can effectively eat just the amount of food you actually need to fill yourself up and start gaining your health back. So we still got some power in the generator. Now let's make an electric furnace. Right? That's what I'm doing now? Yes. There's a whole lot of furnaces, but we want that one. So this one actually doesn't require a machine block because the electric furnace is made of a lot of iron. I'm starting off with the circuit. Extract some rubber. And then we need copper. Start that macerating. Grab the coal I put away to keep the furnace power up. Furnace, that's a generator. So I'm looking at the recipe again for some reason. I don't know why I did that. Need 2 extra redstone because circuit and then the final recipe both need them. Now I've kind of forgot here that I don't need a machine block, but here we're looking at, there's 2 ways to make the iron furnace we need. The bottom one actually uses 3 less iron by using a furnace instead, which is 8 EMC versus 768, I believe. That sounds right. Oh, sleep through the night. Got everything I could need in this tiny little hut. Getting a little crowded though. Which I can't remember if I said that before while the mic was on, or if it was before while it wasn't. There's my rubber. I might be realizing that I don't need as much iron as I thought. No, not yet. Soon though. So I end up needing a total of 6, which means I should have 3 ore in the macerator. I think this is where I figure out, yes, there, I only need that much. Put away the rest. But I do need to build that furnace. I could be doing that now, but I also want to get some of this iron dust melted into bars. So there's another piece of iron I need for the circuit. Get some more iron. I haven't actually put any coal in there yet. Taking off 1 copper dust because if it comes down to 1 dust, needing a whole entire extra piece of coal, I'm just not going to smelt that dust yet then. Save it for later. It's nice to have things ready to smelt to use up the rest of my coal. But since I'm building an electric furnace, I'll be getting away from that. 1 more copper and I can build that, well, the wire, not the circuit yet. There we go. You can see that my macerator is not currently running. It might be done or it might have been out of power. Sure, we'll find out soon enough. If you swap it while there's nothing in the output, it will actually keep the progress in the arrow, so I just quick nabbed refined iron so I can build the circuit. We build a lot of copper wire and a lot of circuits in this game. That's going well. Do I have all that iron ore or dust? Maybe I do. There's the furnace I need. Yeah, that is all the iron. Okay. So again, here's the recipe. I find that I look at recipes rather a lot. It's like, what was that again? Oh yeah, it was that. Should have known that. Little visual glitch there while I was looking at recipes. It forgot to move an iron dust into an iron ingot in the output. So there's the iron furnace, which I'm not even going to use. I'm just going to turn it straight away into the electric furnace. Iron furnace, I think, is more fuel efficient than your usual furnace, but iron furnace or electric furnace uses electricity, so I only have to put coal in the generator now, not directly in the furnace. Save that copper for later. So there's my first 4 machines. That's what I start out with. There's also more machines, which I'll get into later on, but this does pretty well to start me out. I'm running everything. Well, I still have this furnace, but once it burns out, I'm not going to use it anymore. Although it is a crafting ingredient in a couple other recipes. besides the iron furnace that I built the electric furnace from. So now I'm thinking, what should I do next? And I think, mining! Let's go back and do mining. But then I realize, I've been dying in those dungeons. And while that might be entertaining, probably is, I'd rather not die quite so much. And I got a lot of iron. So, after spinning around, I think I'm just explaining that this furnace works the same as a normal furnace. You put stuff to smelt up there, and oh yeah, and these machines have these slots for upgrades. Except the canning machine doesn't. I will probably use the upgrades, but I'm not going to go into what they're for at this point, because I don't have enough materials to do all that much with them. So, hey look! I could use some armor. So now I'm carefully thinking out how many iron ore I need to grind up. So 4 gives me 8 for a chest plate, and 2 gives me 4 for boots. But the others use an odd number. That's harder to count in my head. I'll just start macerating what I know I need, and then I have to actually look up. Helmet. There's iron helmet, which kind of looks like a welding mask. That's 5 bars, so 2.5 ore. I'm just going to keep calling them bars instead of ingots. And the pants is 7, which is 3.5. So it's a total of 6. Put away the rest. Gonna need to go mining again because I'm starting to run low on iron. Also, I still need to find those diamonds. Diamonds are wonderful. Diamonds are a Minecraft player's best friend, even if you're not a girl. So now it's just waiting for that iron to be ready. What am I looking at? Oh, repairs, yeah, so you make these piles of dust. That one's a lot of cobblestone and a piece of charcoal. And then there's medium that can repair better stuff, which is a redstone and iron. And then the high value stuff needs a diamond and a piece of coal. So let's check out what we can repair with the low value stuff. See if I really want to make charcoal and do this. So leather armor, fishing pole, bow, wooden tools, chain armor, stone tools, rubber boots, well, tree tap, and then more pages of that. Yeah, so I think I'll wait till I have the diamond. All 3 dusts together are much more useful. And look, we ran out of power. It's probably a better idea for me to just keep coal in there, but I don't really want to. You heard that horrible sound like, "Arr!" That's the, I'm trying to do stuff, but I ran out of power. It's really awful if you're trying to run it off a single solar panel directly. It'll just keep going like, "Arr!" It's, if you're doing that, it'll work, but just leave so you don't have to listen to it. So I'm actually running 2 machines and gaining power from that generator, so that's kind of nice. Getting close to having enough iron to build the chest plate. Just need a couple more. Come on. And I might be repeating myself because I can't remember what I said when I was recording and what I said when I wasn't recording. So there's a modification to the texture pack I use which lets you make iron and gold and diamonds and their ores do a little sparkle. So if you've seen that and you're wondering why yours doesn't, you need the I don't know what it's called. But you search for something that seems like an obvious name for it, you'll probably find out what you need to put in. Animated ores, maybe? Something like that. I don't know, I found it pretty much first try when I was trying to figure out how to do it. Because I'd seen it in videos and wanted it for myself. It's kind of handy on the ores. If you're like, is that tin? Or is that iron and it's weird light? So I built the chest plate and then the leggings. I don't really like the way these leggings look. Like they're just basically plated on the front. Like what if somebody attacks you in the back of the knees? All you got back there is like leather bands according to how this looks. But I like to build the parts of the armor that take the most resources first. Which isn't necessarily a good idea, but that's how I do it. So next is the helmet, which looks like a welding mask again. So now I just need my boots. I'm looking like I'm ready to go work in a factory more so than mine and battle monsters, but that's what I've been doing for this video. Making machines, turning my little hut into a noisy factory. And that's the last of it, so here comes the boots. Oh yeah. Full iron armor suit. So next up will be some mining, and now I'm taking a nap. There's another look at my skin wearing all the armor. So time to take a nap, and I will catch you next time.